We're gonna see. I'm gonna decline these invites here for battles. All right, what's going on, everybody? We are live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. What y'all getting right now, even on TikTok, y'all going to get the backstage kind of pass. What's going on, Zach? What's happening, Kelvin? Welcome in. For everybody watching all the social media platforms, we are currently live on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and now we are officially live on Rumble underneath the Mark G Show. That's right. We have created a Rumble account, and we are now live on Rumble. We are doing a live podcast recording, and we're going to be starting this very soon. I don't know what we're going to talk about. It's just going to be us doing a show. If y'all want to join in on the podcast, as long as you're 18 or older, you're more than welcome to request a box. And if you have a conversation for us, if you don't have anything to talk about, stay out of the boxes. No worries, Zach. Listen, we understand you're sick. We understand.
No, fuck you, Zach.
We understand you're sick, Zach. We'll forgive you this time for being sick. How you doing, Tila? I see
you get one bye week, Zach. One bye week.
One bye week. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get everything rocking and rolling here, and yeah.
All right, I see. Go live. I'm going live.
Threw up last night. Gotcha. You're gonna go live and join in and just mute your microphone before I do the whole intro thing. I'll let you do that real quick.
Oh, how do I mute my shit? I don't know how to mute my shit.
I'll mute your ass for you. Once you come in the box, I'll mute you.
How do I get in your box, Mark?
Oh, Gary, I'm gonna bring you to my box, brother. We're gonna do this. It's not gonna be good. All right, here you go.
All
right. So you're in my box. Now I'm gonna mute your ass. Hopefully, I did this properly.
There still? No, she moved.
Okay. Oh wait, we did this wrong, Gary. We did this wrong. I'm booting.
Did I do it wrong? You're booting me out. I hate you.
I know. You got to come into my room. Don't go live. So you don't go live on your TikTok.
Don't go live.
Correct. Okay. You're going to join my TikTok.
Hold on.
I got to hold on. We're live on every platform right now. And
what up, everybody? How's it going? How are you? I'm trying to set up my TikTok so my battery doesn't die.
Farmer Dan with a friggin' on his 6-month subscription. Thank you, Farmer Dan. I appreciate you, my man. As y'all can tell, we're getting ready to do a live podcast recording, so no sound effects or anything like that during tonight's show. We're still in the process of setting everything up. Gary Madison Lalonde over on TikTok is saying hi.
What up, Madison? What up, Madison?
And as far as Rumble goes, it looks like Rumble might not be seeing us because it's saying that our live stream is not on their end, which is kind of weird. Let me just look here. You are live on Rumble, it says. All right. What's going on, Liddy Bradshaw? What's happening, Liddy Bradshaw? I see you over on Twitch. Sarah H. Key, what's happening? Welcome in. Yes, long time no see, Liddy Bradshaw. How are you doing? All right. So, Gary, are you in TikTok yet? Tila Cranston, I see you.
Oh, shit. I didn't want to do that. Okay. I don't know what I just did. Yeah, I'm on TikTok. Yes.
Okay, so now you want to go to the Mark G Show. Mark
G Show. Oh, I see you.
Oh, Vicky, I hope things get better for you. I'm sorry that you're in the ER now. Griff Golden Doodle, what's going on? Welcome in. We are getting ready to set to go live on this podcast, folks. And don't worry, we'll have a conversation. If you want to talk with us.
Why is this not letting me do this?
Make sure you all request a box and we'll bring you in. Just make sure you have a conversation, something you want to talk to us about. Make sure y'all are in there. For anybody who's on the other platforms, if you are over watching us on Twitch, Facebook, Rumble, or YouTube and Facebook, make sure you call that number below if you want to talk to us on the show. We're going to get the phone number up and going now. All right, the phone lines are open. Gary's having technical difficulties. We just got to bear with him for a minute.
Oh, it's telling me that I'm live.
It's telling you never ended the live. Click the
How do I end my live?
Little power button there in the top right-hand corner of your phone.
Oh, is it? Let me see here. Am I still live? It doesn't. I'm not seeing this.
Farmer Dan, we don't really have a topic tonight, man. I think we're just going to talk about a bunch of random stuff. There's a couple of stories that I got to tell regards to that lovely app, Randonautica. We're going to be talking about that. Esteban, what's going on? So we're going to talk a little bit about the Randonautica app. Yes, Vicky, I am on TikTok right now. We're live on every platform right now. and the sad part is we probably would have not have been, but Gary had audio issues, so that got us a delayed start. And
it's saying I'm live on another device, but I'm not on any other device.
Oh, boy. Gary's having technical difficulties, chat. Please.
I'm not really good at things, chat, but what I can do is break stuff.
Thank you for the freaking subscription. I appreciate you. Thank you for Tila with a freaking subscription over on TikTok. Thank you so much for that, Tila. I appreciate you. Oh, we're just waiting on Gary chat. Are you going to try? Or is it not working?
I'm not really sure, dude. Live.
You don't want to go live, though. That's the thing.
I know. It's still telling me that I'm live.
Okay, and it should ask you if you want to end it.
Where would it tell me that?
It'll pop up when you try to come in my live stream. Have a good night, Zach. I appreciate you.
So I go to, it just says, because I'm live on another device, but I don't have another device. So let's try unplugging from my thing here.
Thank you, Tila, for the heart me. I appreciate you. Everybody on the other social media platforms, I do apologize.
It says I'm live on another device. What does that even mean?
It doesn't work like that, Butterfly. I see your message there. No scavenger hunt tonight, exclusive. We're doing a live podcast showing here momentarily.
But you can't see if I'm live, right? Because you're in the midst of your show.
Live, though, right? You're not live, though. That's the thing. If you were live, you'd be live. All right, you know what? Do yourself a favor real quick, Gary. On your TikTok, scroll over to go to live. Click on live.
Live.
Okay.
Oh, cancel.
There you go. Did it end that live stream now?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Now go to my live stream. Thank you, Tila. I hope you have an amazing day.
Hey, you're so smart.
There you go. All right, Gary. Now I'm going to bring you into the box.
You're so smart.
Everybody can see this guy that just slowed down the podcast.
Hey.
Then I'm going to mute your microphone here in just a second.
Hey. I'm sweating. I'm freaking out because technology is lame.
All right. Now we got to figure out how to mute you here. Give me 1 second to mute you. All right. I'm going to mute you, Gary. You're done for. You're done.
How do I now? If I move any of my stuff, it's not going to be working right.
Audio turned down, right? So you can't hear me coming through your phone, and we get no echo, right?
Zero echo.
Fucking awesome. So can we start the show now, Gary?
I don't know. Can we, dude? I don't know, man.
Everybody watching us right now. We got people watching on Rumble. We got people watching
everybody.
Facebook, Twitch. Are we good now, Gary?
I'm going to say let's just rock and roll. I'm going to keep munching on my blueberries. These are picked from my own bushes.
We got people watching.
Everybody.
Oh shit! There we go. All right. So I'm watching us on Rumble too. So I got Rumble chat pulled up. So if anybody chats with us on Rumble, I can see it. We good? We good.
I guess.
All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and start this. We're gonna start this properly. Here we go. It's gonna go to this right here. Oh, there we go. Oh, sexy screen.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You've known them to run their mouths about politics. Politics, schmalitics. Well, little did you know, they can run their mouths about other stuff as well. This is the Mark G Show. They have a natural curiosity about just about everything, from aliens, the paranormal, to the biggest natural disasters that have ever occurred on planet Earth, and everything in between. Two brothers from another mother ripping it up. And, oh no, we don't record the show. We have the balls to do it live. Call into the show at 207-370-5852. That's 207-370-5852. Be a part of the show. Let's do it. This is the Mark G Show. And now your hosts, Mark G and Gary G.
What is going on, baby? What is happening, everybody? What a hell of a week. What a hell of a week. Hell, what a hell of a start to the show today. Gary G breaking shit on his side. And, well, I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs going, man, I set for 9:30 so the show would go on time without a glitch. Leave it to Gary to give us the glitch today. Leave it to me for almost screwing up the intro by starting with the outro. That's how the Mark G Show goes. If we're not screwing up, then we're not doing our job right. Anyways, as always, I've got my brother Gary G in the house with me, the brother from another mother. Gary, what's going on, my man? How are you?
We're just out here doing it again, making another flawless, perfect Mark G Show.
Dude, I'm telling you, if we didn't screw up, it would not be our show, man. If we did not screw up, it would not be our show.
It's just how we learn.
Well, you know, we just celebrated the 100th episode, so you kind of figured we would have learned by now.
Like, come on, man. People have like thousands of episodes.
They do have like thousands, but do they screw up every middle time? Or because, you know, I upload everything raw, right? And speaking of that, I got to add the intro to this through the AI. When I do the audio editing, because I forgot to press the record button during the whole intro process. So
there it is. There it is.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
What about a disclaimer? Isn't there a disclaimer that we have to do also?
There is a disclaimer. I was going to do the intro first, and, you know, then we'll go in the disclaimer. You know, because unfortunately we don't have Zach with us today. Zach got hit with a Cucamonga virus, so he's out of commission for at least another day or two. So maybe he'll.
It was all that mustard from last night's scavenger hunt.
No, so we thought about that. There's no way he could still be sick from taking shots of mustard and ranch and hot sauce. There's no way. Not after 24 hours. I mean, after the initial taking the shot of that nastiness, yeah, I can see that, but not afterwards.
I mean, I don't know. He's under the weather, so we'll get him back next week, hopefully.
Right. Beth, I don't believe he does have the vid. I don't believe he has the vid. It's just that he's got the vomit. He's probably got a good old stomach virus that's going around. I'm not going to speak on his behalf. If you guys see him live, definitely just ask him out there. But tonight's podcast, you know, Gary made a comment during our last show and said, you know, Mark, it's not really a podcast. It's more of a show. And I'm kind of leaning on that because obviously we are a podcast because we're on the stuff. But I wanted to have some fun with today's episode. I created a video and I told people, listen, if you want anything that you want to yell at, get off your chest. Maybe there's something that's been bothering you. I want you to call into the show or request a box here on TikTok and speak your piece. Like, this is your platform today. If you got something that's really pestering you, maybe you went to Walmart and like I just read, I read a post today on Facebook. My buddy went to Walmart. Some lady had one of those service dogs and it shited all over the floor. And like the customer went up to an employee and asked an employee, hey, can you guys get this cleaned up? Because the lady obviously is disabled and she can't do it. And the employee looked and said, that's not my job. I work in stocking. And the lady who cleans the floors and stuff like that, well, she's on break.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but you know what? You got a job, man. You're working there. You didn't just sign up for do that one thing in particular. So to me, that's kind of messed up.
I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Right. So, I mean, Gary's over there browsing his phone while he's live with us, saying that messed up.
No, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set it up a little late in the game. Oh,
Antoinette, what's going on, Antoinette? Nice to see you in here.
That might not work, but we're going to try it anyway.
Why would you do this in the middle of a show?
Like that's how we roll, baby.
We're seeing your phone. I mean, I'm talking about this thing that happened at Walmart. Like what people want, they want something to bitch about, and maybe they got a feel good kind of a story, and they want to bring it into us tonight. Tonight's the night for them to do that on the show. They can request a box here on TikTok, or they can call in at 207-370-5852 and chat with us there as well.
All right, request your box. What's in your box?
The wife says she's over on TikTok now because supposedly the audio levels on YouTube is crap. I mean, the audio on TikTok is crappy from what she's saying.
Turn it up. Is it too low?
No, I don't know what it is. TikTok, yeah, over there. I don't know what crap means. She didn't specify.
Come on, off-scene producer. Use your words.
Right, you got to use your words. Let us know what is going on. What's happening with the audio? What do we need to fix over there? But regardless, man. So yeah, so I'm opening up the platform over there. TikTok's audio kept pausing every second. Oh, so we must be glitching over on there at TikTok.
Mm-hmm. It looks fine on my end.
Yeah, it looks fine on my end as well. So we'll just roll with it, my man. We'll just roll with it. So no new news on here, but except for last week's podcast, we talked about Randonautica. this app that supposedly sends people to very like wonky places, possibly supernatural places, to weird things happening, finding corpses and everything else within this app. Like, so after we talked about it, I listened to a couple podcasts and watched a couple videos, and sure as shit, like the first time this app ever went like viral was when some people, it was two girls, they went on TikTok Live and they were using the Randonautica app, and what they stumbled upon was a suitcase.
Is this on the beach?
No, it was on rocks. It wasn't on a beach.
Okay.
It was on rocks. They came out to the suitcase, and in that suitcase was remains. And at that time, they didn't know what it was and what that was called. Law enforcement come to find out those remains are from a landlord who unalived his tenants and cut them up and put them in there. Like the Randonautica app led them to that scene.
And that's like a random spot.
Just a random spot.
See, man, like who enters the locations for Randonautica?
That's the question, right?
Is that like if I'm a user of Randonautica, do I set a location?
No, you don't.
So
Randonautica picks a location for you.
Just a random location.
A random location. And the funny part is, I guess the app was supposed to be something like the geocache. You remember geocaching?
Yeah, it still goes on.
Right, you go find it, and you got rocks and stuff like that. Yeah. So that, I believe, was supposed to be what it was meant for. But instead, it's doing this. Wow. And it's sending people. And there was another video I watched where the guy went out in the woods. He followed it out to this abandoned car. And the car's been there for a while. And he's like wondering, how the hell does this car get out there? But, you know, cars and houses get out to these middle of the place nowhere because maybe once a time there was a road out there or whatever. We might be having issues on TikTok. So I'm going to go ahead and restart the live over on TikTok real quick.
Okay, do it.
Just join back in. So needless to say, while he was out there, he realized he was browsing at this car, trying to figure it all out. And then what happened was he heard somebody scream, "Help me," out of nowhere. And it sounded like a young kid. So he bolted out and he was never going to go back. Well, he ended up going back and finding like kid items. Like there was a stuffed animal and stuff like that out there. Like dude was freaked out. And then he had some weird shit happen in his house afterwards. Like if there was a spirit out there, the spirit followed him back. Feel free to go back to the TikTok and I'll invite you back in. So it's like a spirit went out there and followed him back home, and some weird shit happened back in his house.
Dude, that's so wild.
And then there was, of course, other ones out there as well. I'm gonna get your mic muted once you come back in.
Yep.
So after that, there was a couple of other ones that I watched too that kind of sparked my interest. So there was one where a guy went out there and he found a house. It looked like a house was on the ground. You ever seen those houses that are built inside the ground, but the roof comes up with a chimney?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, find out the Randonautica took them to this location, but it wasn't a house. It was Indian burial grounds. Supposedly back in the day, they would bury their loved ones in the ground with a house to make them comfortable. If you look it up, they're pretty cool looking. Like if you look up Indian burial houses, it's legit.
Okay.
And it's and it's also got like couches or furniture and stuff like that for the family to sit in there and spend time with their loved ones.
Pretty gnarly, but okay. It's like a tomb, basically. It's a tomb, but it's a house.
But it's a house, and you have access to it. Like to me, that would be a cool find, right? If I was using Randonautica and I went to that, that'd be a cool find to me. I wouldn't be spooked out by that. I'd be like, wow, this is freaking amazing. Like I would feel, I don't know, I would like that. Now, some of the other stuff that people found on Randonautica, that's another story. But the reason why I'm talking about this is, as we all know, my wife has told me there's no way in hell, shape, or form that I am able to download this app, Randonautica. And if she found out that I downloaded it or she saw it on my phone, every electronic device in my house would be in my fire pit.
Yep.
So, needless to say, I have not downloaded this app.
Do we know anybody who has?
Yes, my employee. Scott has downloaded the app. Whether or not if Scott has used the app yet is another question. So I gotta wait and find out if he's used it. But I can tell you this: I have creeped him out. So after I found out he downloaded the app, and this happened after you and I were talking on the phone. So Zach did download the app too. And the wife just sent me a message, Zach did it, and now he's sick.
That's a coincidence.
Goes,
it's just a coincidence.
Right. She's like, voodoo Blair Witch shit. She's always sending me the text.
That's just that's a coincidence, butterfly. That's just
right. It's just a coincidence. They'll say, so yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from Scott, but I freaked him out. So I'm not sure if he will use it. Because after you and I got off the phone, we were talking about it, that's when he downloaded it.
okay.
So and after I found out I downloaded, we were driving to our longest account out of there. So I put it on YouTube so we could listen to a show. It's the 20th most scariest events that have happened in Randonautica.
Okay.
So we were watching this, and the hairs on his arms, he said, was sticking up like crazy. He even got scared when some of the word like voices were coming from the wood lines. Like, what the fuck? Like, he was scared shitless.
Dude,
because
it's creepy, man.
There was another one with a young girl and a young guy. It took them onto a street. Now, not everything seemed normal, right? They're on the street. It's a housing street. Got houses on both sides of the street. It looks normal. What wasn't normal was when they had their camera panned to the back window and they're looking at it, you could see this older gentleman walking with his dog down the street. When they put on the car in the reverse and had the reverse camera turn on, the guy and his dog was not there. But they pan over quickly. The guy and his dog was there.
Mm-hmm.
Unexplained phenomenon, right? So like you can't explain it. You don't know what happened. You don't know how it is and what kind of trigger. But so that happened. And then the other kind of a creepy one was there was these guys that were it led them out to an abandoned house. Now these guys do make YouTube videos and they go out to these abandoned houses all the time. But they decided to use Randonautica this time to see if it'll lead them to an abandoned house. Well, it did. The first thing they come upon is like, it's graffiti all inside the house, and the chair, and a little toolbox. It's a little tiny toolbox just sitting there. Well, as they're checking that out, the guy goes, dude, what's that? So they pan the camera over, and it's this dude just staring at them through the fucking window.
God damn.
Just staring at him, dude. I'm like, that would creep the piss out of me. Like if I was to, and if quote, if I was ever going to, but I'm not going to, Randonautica, I would probably do it in the daytime. I feel like it'd be a little less creepier if I did it in the daytime than if I was to do it at night.
It's like if you're a fan of the paranormal like we are, there's this channel that I watch, and one of the things that he says often, the host of the channel, is basically people, these creepy things that happen with people are so much scarier than any paranormal. Like if there's a ghost, like, okay, that's scary. That's a ghost. If that's a creepy human, that's way more terrifying.
Right.
I think so.
Speaking of creepy persons, one of the first videos that showed was out in the UK. Once again, it was two young kids. Now it was 18, 19. I say young kids, but they're 18, 19. They used the app and it took them onto the street. And I can't remember what they used for the thing. I think they said almost near-death experience or something like that they put in. That's what they're thinking of, near-death experience. Mm-hmm. So when they got on the street, this old creepy dude looked like he was fucking near death, dude, was walking up to the car and like knocking on the window after Randonautica led him to the spot. Like he was knocking, and they posted this video on Reddit. And a bunch of people responded to the Reddit saying that same dude was at my Randonautica. Like that right there brought chills. I'm like, wow, okay. Now, was Randonautica like, I've got to watch the interview. Supposedly, quote unquote, there was an interview done with the lady who created the app. I guess it was a lady. But my question is, was it really her, or was it someone in this agency, in this cult that you guys were talking about, the Scientology? Could Randonautica have been created by Scientology?
Well, Scott's in the Matrix now.
Right, Scott's definitely in the Matrix.
So is Zach.
Right.
Well done, Zach. Did you listen to that podcast I sent you?
I did, dude. That thing was so
pretty gnarly, right?
That is gnarly as hell. Like, and no, I wish he would have told us the celebrities that are in it, but I know that he couldn't. But like, supposedly there's a shit ton of celebrities that are in this thing.
Yeah,
and it is, and when you listen to his story, you learn that the Scientology is truly a major cult. Like it's 100% of a weird ass cult.
Very
Like the,
powerful cult.
yes, very powerful. And like the devices they use in this room, and then they have verifiers. This device sounds really fucking weird. Like it's like some supernatural type of shit. And to know that they don't believe in a god per se, but they have another theory as far as life. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Like I want to learn more about the Scientology just to
Just
study.
join up.
No, screw that. I'm
Join
definitely
up.
no.
You'll learn all about it.
And the weirdest thing is like if you're one of the big wigs, quote unquote, in Scientology, and you live on the campus or whatever, I guess you cannot have children, and you can only marry within Scientology. That
Well,
was
you're already out of the equation. Then you got
right.
5.
Exactly.
You get 5
Exactly.
little
You got
humans,
5
man.
kids, yeah. So I wouldn't be able to be the big wig out there. So I wanted to have some fun today, and I want to look for some creep stories. So what I did was I went on to Reddit and I pulled up Randonauts and Randonautica. So
Okay.
I got some. Let's see.
I'm a fan of Reddit. I'm gonna have to go on there and look up some of the
Yes,
stories also.
dude, the stories are very interesting. So someone posted. See, the funny part is all right. So I thought weird Randonautica stuff was fake, but ... I'm not really searching with it with the name. I'm reading more stories about it. So someone decided to try it. It says, I thought weird Randonautica stuff was fake, but so today for my very first trip, I set my attention as something special for my birthday / birthday gift because my birthday's in August 1st. I just kept mentally picturing birthday cakes and stuff. So when the coordinates came back, I was shocked. It led me to a stone throw away from from my father-in-law's grave. In fact, Google Maps takes you right past the cemetery to get there. His birthday would have been July 12th next week. I honestly didn't believe in the hocus pocus of Randonautica, but it was in the back of my head as I was setting my attention. I was hoping for something substantial like this to happen, but really didn't believe it would. As far as trips go, I have to say I'm a believer now. SN, of course, I'm taking my husband to stop by his father's grave on the way to actual coordinates. He's on his way home from work. Then we'll go. We'll edit later if anything else substantial happens. So that's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know, dude. This app is creepy.
Where's the edit? I want the edit. What happened?
She does not have the edit up. Let me look.
No follow up. That's
No
creepy.
follow up yet. No follow up.
Creepy. Did they go and they've disappeared?
When
What
did she?
happened to them?
When did she post this? She posted it a day ago too.
Oh, that was just a day ago. Okay,
That was just a day ago. So we're
That's
gonna.
recent. There's still
That's
recent creepy
Yeah,
Randonautica.
There's still people using the freaking app, dude.
Bruh. I mean, that's cool, but it's just gnarly that there's still creepy stuff happening.
Right? I don't know, dude. Like,
based
I
off
just
of a fucking
don't know.
app.
My wife calls it the Blair Witch app. The Blair Witch. I mean,
Probably not
dude,
far off.
are there any other apps out there other than Randonautica that does this?
Ooh. That's a
Right.
good question.
Are there any other apps out there? I'm asking everybody on social media platforms. I'm looking over the chat. We got some people in Rumble over here, and we got about a bunch of people over on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, as well as TikTok here. Does anybody know if there's any other apps out there that are like Randonautica, other than, the geocache? Other than the geocache. Because geocache was a pretty cool app, right? People have to actually put in the coordinates for the geocache.
I believe so. I think like once you put a little stash somewhere, you gotta drop a pin or whatever for where it is.
Right. So that's the geocaching. So that one is user generated.
Yeah,
I want to know how Randonautica is generated. Like that
that's what
to
I'm
me,
saying.
that's like the most interesting thing to me. Like how does this app know to send you an XX spot in the middle of the freaking woods? Like how? Anybody out there ever use this app? Anybody? Please call into the show at 207-370-5852 or request a box here on TikTok. Like, I want to know, has anybody ever done that?
How does Randonautica get its locations?
Right? How does it?
That's a legit question I have, because like that's why I was saying, is that user generated or
It
like,
can't be because there's no way. Like when Scott was looking at the app, there was no way to input anything, and he was trying to watch videos on how to use it because
how do you
he's like,
search?
this is
Like, how
not-
do you tell it that you want to, you just say, I want to go, wait, what? You just think about a thing?
think about a thing.
So if you think about a thing, it brings you to a spot, and then that's that.
That's supposedly how it works. That's fucking weird, right?
Yeah, it's super weird. It's creepy. It's really, really creepy.
It is creepy. So speaking of creepy, Zach has agreed to, whenever I'm able to find a location, which if anybody in Maine is watching our show, yeah, blah, which we'll do. If anybody out there, my wife, by the way, says, don't tell me if there is other apps out there. Cow Soap Bar. Is that
This
your
is soap
company?
that my wife made.
Nice. Is that a new company you're gonna be making?
We're just playing around with it. This is made with tallow, activated charcoal, and essential oil.
Nice. You got that way off camera, by the way.
I'm just trying to show the people on TikTok, and then I'll
Oh.
show the people over here.
Oh, I see. So TikTok, he was favoring you first. Look at that.
Cow soap bar, and then we have another one. This is actually a shampoo. How funny is this?
That's shampoo.
That's actual shampoo. This is what I've been using for like a decade.
How is shampoo a bar? Shouldn't shampoo be liquid?
Nope. That's what I thought too. When we first started making it, I was like, this doesn't even make sense for a shampoo bar, but it's tallow, coconut oil, olive oil, castor oil, and essential oil.
Wow. So
This
Mick
one's
Fiddledy Diddle, by the way, on TikTok says that bar shampoo is so much better.
I couldn't agree more. And we
Really?
gave some of this to one of our, we go to a fascia stretch fitness lady.
Yeah.
We gave it to her because she's dope. And she said it's the best shampoo she's ever used. She
Dude,
said
my-
her hair feels so good after using it.
Oh, dense fog advisory.
I'll send
My
you.
wife-
I'll send you some. I'll send you
Yeah.
some.
My wife's over here goes, how do you think people wash their hair before liquid was invented? That I get it. That's true.
I mean, that I don't know. I don't know how soap was created 200 years ago or however long ago. I just know that my wife is really good at creating shit. She created the labels and everything.
That's freaking awesome, dude. Your wife is a phenomenal artist.
Oh, she's great. She's great. She's good at everything. This is funny though. This is actually like,
I like that cow picture. Yeah, that thing's
dude,
pretty.
isn't that funny?
Speaking of his wife doing some artwork, Chad, at some point she's going to have a new podcast album cover for us. She's been working on it like 5 months now, but we're going to have it soon.
She will do it. She will do it. She's been busy doing this other shit. So
I got to give her a shit. I got to give her a shit because I haven't pestered her about it lately. I'm like, I'm going to give her some time. But I think now, because I saw that lovely artwork on that soap, I'm like, wait a minute.
yeah,
Where the fuck's my podcast picture?
I'll give you the Etsy that we're going to be selling this from if anybody's interested.
Yeah, well, let me know. We can post it actually. Once you get the Etsy, we can post it in the description of the podcast when I upload it too.
Dope.
So the description will be in their title, definitely.
Dope. All right, that was a little left-hand turn. Let's go back to Rando Nautica. Sorry.
No, yeah. So, I'm being told by Kaylin over on TikTok that's the cutest little cow soap. LOL.
Yeah, you like little cow soap? I don't know how much she's selling it for, but she'll be selling it. If you're interested, let Mark know.
But yeah. So Randonautica is supernatural type of shit, right? So I wonder if that's the case. But we were talking about Zach has agreed that if I can find a location here in Maine, he's willing to fly out here and go ghost hunting with me. So what do we need to do right now is if anybody out in Maine is listening to this podcast or watching this podcast, please let me know if you know of a haunted place that'd be willing to allow us to do a live podcast ghost hunting. We have the equipment already. We would just love to show up one night and do a live ghost hunt. It would be preferably at nighttime. We wouldn't be there till right around midnight and go till about 3 o'clock in the morning. Or
Where's Randolph, Maine?
oh, dear God, no, that's way too far.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because we're either going to go to a place to do the podcast or we're going to go to a graveyard. And if we pick a graveyard, we want to pick a graveyard into East Bumfuck, Maine, right? We don't want to be that somewhere close, but in the more of the countryside, like Buxton, Maine, maybe Limerick, Maine, somewhere within the country there's a graveyard, because graveyard's got to have activity, right?
I mean, you'd think, right?
Activity, because that's where
Perkins Township. Where's that?
I have no clue. Never even heard of it.
Skowhegan.
That's far. Skowhegan. Oh,
Skowhegan.
I think we should just listen to Gary name main towns. I think we just get a whole kick out.
Bucksport.
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 Yeah, Bucksport.
Freeman, Maine. Madrid,
Freeman.
Maine.
What is it?
Madrid.
Never heard.
Evergreen Ski Resort. That's probably up north somewhere. Flagstaff. You have a Flagstaff in Maine?
It's Evergreen.
Asquith.
Evergreen.
Lagonia Village.
Listen to Gary trying to name the towns here.
Where is that? Lagonia
Lagonia.
Village. I don't know where that is.
I have no clue.
Riceville. Ooh, this looks creepy.
Riceville, Maine. I've never heard of it. That's going to be somewhere way out there.
Location is Milford, Maine.
Oh yeah, Milford's way up. Milford's like central Maine, I believe.
Oh.
So Ray, we're kind of talking about supernatural stuff. So we're going to be doing a podcast at some point where we're going to go do ghost hunting. We're going to be live ghost hunting, and we're trying to figure out where in Maine where this is
past Bangor.
Yeah, if it's up past Bangor, Maine, we don't want to go any further.
Bangor.
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 You think? Oh, I thought the wife said me something else. Yeah, you got to go to Bangor, Maine. You know, because us Mainers, we don't pronounce our R's. You just can't get there from here. You got
the car.
the garage. All right. And Boston people, we call massholes.
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 I'll do a little bit of Googling for creepy Maine spots. I know there's a there's a haunted house channel for Maine. I can't remember where he is now.
I'll ask. I got a few ghost hunters on my Facebook that are locally around here. I'll ask them. Maybe we can even tie along with them.
All right.
We'll look into it. That's a whole nother podcast, and we're gonna figure out when we're gonna air that one. But yeah, man. So ghost hunting and that Randonautica. I just keep going back to Randonautica. I love my wife.
Creepy.
That is why I'm not gonna get the app. Like some want to tell me, Mark, do it, go on an adventure. But at the same time, no, respect the wife. Don't get it. Don't go. She don't like it. I agree. It's creepy as fuck.
Where's Carmel, Maine?
No. Caramel. I have no clue.
Ghosts of Caramel, Maine. That's a show on YouTube, and that guy's got a fake haunted house.
There's a fake haunted house?
I mean, I don't believe his channel. I watch a lot of these things more than I'd like to admit, and like his channel just seems a little gimmicky. Like the first couple times I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's crazy," but it's like, nah.
Speaking of fake haunted house, every Halloween, have you ever seen that news story about the guy that hosts this one, like it's like a horror house, and you're guaranteed to be touched, tortured.
Horror house?
No, horror. HORROR. Yes.
Maine, we don't pronounce our R's.
We don't pronounce our R's. Listen,
the horror house.
Yeah.
Horror house.
At the horror house. So, this say, all right. So, and when you go into this house, you can be tortured, you can be touched, and all this stuff, and you sign a waiver before you go in. Anything can happen to you, up to being unalived. You sign a waiver for that.
See, I'm not.
And like people pay to go in there, dude. And they literally waterboard and everything else inside this house. Like, and they see how, but if you can make it out, if you survive the full amount of time that it is, you get money. You get paid. I think it's like $100K or some shit like that. Like you actually walk out with money in your pocket.
But you can die. You can be unalived.
You can be unalived.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
I guess not really. I think only like one person's ever made out of it. Sounds interesting, but scary. Sexy Diva on TikTok says, Ray over on TikTok says, you got to pay me to go in there. Well, you can get paid, Ray, but you have to make it out of there. Yeah, I've seen articles and I've watched some YouTube videos like, dude, there's some interesting stuff that happens in that house.
No, there isn't.
To the point where they break your fingers.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Like, they literally.
So what is the guy that? Wait, hold on. They break people's fingers in there.
Yeah.
Is it just the guy that owns it, or does he have a team of psychopaths that like to torture humans?
Team of psychopaths.
See, every one of those people need to like, should not be legal. That shit should not be legal, man. That is the craziest thing in the world to me.
Oh, speaking of things that should not be legal, everybody tuning in, thank y'all for tuning into the show. Listen, everything you're hearing right now is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, we ask that you do your own research. Never rely on any podcast. Never rely on any news source. Do your own research and come up with your own decision. As far as this show goes, it's only the opinions of myself, my brother, and any guests that come on the show. Okay, I forgot.
Nothing like getting the disclaimer out of the way 40 minutes into the show.
Listen, that's what happens. Okay, we started getting conversating, man. You were having technical difficulties. It came. I'm like, oh shit, we're talking about torturing and all this.
I'm pretty sure I tried to give you a segue early on in there.
You may have, but
I don't know. I don't know. You wanted to get the intro out of the way, which was apparently 40 minutes.
Just 40 minutes and 58 seconds into the show. Why the hell not? Oh man. Wow. It's just one of those nights, man. It's one of those
technical difficulties. Thanks to Randonautica.
Random, right? Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, man. Download it, Gary. Download it.
I'm not doing that shit.
Come on, download it for me.
Nah.
I'm gonna live bi-curious through you. You need to download it and go on an adventure.
Nope.
Come on.
Not doing it, dude.
I triple dog dare you.
I don't give a shit what you do. I'm not doing it.
Do you not do it to Gary? Don't do it to Gary, she says. Oh, fine.
I'm already on this fucking TikTok platform because of you. So no. And you've seen how my lives have been going on this.
You on TikTok doing battle. I don't know what algorithm you are on TikTok, but you
definitely not the big titty Asians algorithm.
You've had some interesting TikTok battles, to say the least. That first ever one you had with a dude was definitely on a major.
That guy was so high.
He was toasted so bad. He was so toasted. He was like, dude, you like Nerf?
You like Nerf guns? Like,
I got Nerf guns.
I was like, oh, okay, dope. Maybe he's like a collector. I was like, maybe I'm hoping I'm gonna hear about some like Nerf gun from 1986. Nah, he had 7 guns. He was high as fuck from Walmart.
I'm an employee at Walmart, man. Oh man.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, bro.
Hey, listen, anybody, we're just live and bullshitting out here tonight on the podcast. It's not really any topic. This hasn't been too much news. You know, I mean, if we wanted news, we'd go political. We're not doing that tonight. We're just having some fun and bullshit. And if you want to jump on the show, maybe there's something you want to bitch about. Was there something you saw at Walmart today that made you just cringe, or a funny little story? Join in right now. Click that request a box button or call into the show. 207-370-5852. It's 207-370-5852. Call in. Maybe you got somebody you want to give a special message to. Keep it somewhat clean, but you can be a little dirty if you want to. If you're trying to yell at them, go ahead. Call into the show and yell at them. Let's go. I want some action tonight. Or maybe you got a question for Gary and I. I would love to answer your questions.
Or maybe you want to share about a Randonautica story that you had.
I would love a good old Randonautica story. I would maybe a good supernatural story. Maybe you got a ghost story. Call in. Tell us about it. Has something happened to you? Have you been smashed, thrashed, grabbed, thrown downstairs, house haunted, cupboards being opened up, anything like that from any supernatural? I want to know about it. Call in. Hit that request button. God, I would love to hear a good supernatural story right now. It make me feel good. But it's got to be real. Look at Gary, like he's just staring off to the wind. Like, Gary, you got a good supernatural story, don't you?
I was just thinking about that.
Haven't you been touched?
Yeah. You can talk about that on another podcast. But there was a crazy accident the other night by my house. Someone lost control of their vehicle, going way too fast down a street that they should not be going too fast down. Crashed their car into a tree and unfortunately lost their life. But the weird thing about that is when I woke up in the morning, I was getting ready for work and I'm like just laying in bed trying to think of excuses to use to not go into work. And then I just hear something getting pushed off of a counter, hitting the floor and like kind of rattling on the floor. So like I get up and I go and I'm like standing in my hallway looking into my kitchen, looking on the floor. And I'm like, that's too far away from like what it sounded like. And then I look on the floor, like into my wife's office, and I notice that there's a coin on the floor. But the sound that I heard was the coin getting like slid off of the desk onto the floor. So like I get up and I'm looking at the desk and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So I put it back on the desk and like there's a fan on in the window and I'm like, there's no way this fan is blowing anything hard enough to like, there's no paper, there's nothing else that could have possibly been used to like catapult this coin off of the desk. So I'm like, that's fucking weird. Like this dude just died like 4 hours ago. And now a coin is getting like physically, like you could hear that was a very, very bad example. I don't have anything that I could use to mimic that sound right now. Maybe this, I don't know. Can you hear that? Did you hear that?
I heard that
Like, so
slide.
it's like, I'm sitting there, it's like, and then you hear ding, 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 ding on the floor. And I'm just like, the hell was that? So
The wife, by the way, real quickly, just texted me, says, "Oh, that's just a coincidence."
totally, it totally is a coincidence, but it's a weird one. And
I just
Zach,
put that out.
she's trying to tie that into my Zach comment, but
She is trying to tie that into your
That's
Zach.
all right.
Listen, man. So the question is, because that was right next to your house, right? That accident.
Literally next door.
So it could be. Now the spirit could be trapped. Just saying. If you believe in supernatural, spirits get trapped, right? They have
Totally.
non-finished business. And if your life was taken from you in a certain location, you're definitely going to have non-finished business. All right. If you pass in a car accident, pass from a tragedy that's so unexpected, your spirit is going to be trapped there because you most definitely have unfinished business. There was no
Totally.
there was no goodbyes. There was nothing like that. So that unfinished business is there. So
Yeah.
could have you had that spirit there saying, "Hey, can you see me?" Could they have been pissed off trying to catch your attention, throwing down the pen? Very well could have.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is interesting, man. I believe in that shit. That's what, but I also believe in that if that is not the case, then I believe we're in some type of altered dimensional world. Whereas even though we're physically here, there's somebody else living here or doing something here as well. Like there's another dimension. I don't know. I've got that weird mindset like that. Like to me, that's weird shit.
It's like if you're in your house, I'm in my house, right? And it's 2023 for us. This is our existence. But this house was built in the 80s. So the people who are living here in the 80s, could their energy, I mean, I'm sure they're still alive. It wasn't that long ago, but it's like there could be a time loop where this house's existence is still here with someone else living in it,
Right, as you're physically living there
but
as
in
well.
another dimension. Yeah. Like they could have their own car in the driveway. I have my car in the driveway. It doesn't matter because we're on a different dimension. And if string theory is what it is, it's like the strings are vibrating, and then every once in a while those strings could hit. And when they hit, that could be a ghost. That could be one of these weird coin things. It could be, some of these unexplained things that happen in this simulation.
Right, exactly. That's the weird ass shit. That weird noise you're hearing now is my daughter coming out of her room. Where my
coming out of the cave.
where my lovely studio is located.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it's all interesting stuff. Like, do you guys have any cool ghost stories? Like, no one's active. We got all these viewers on right now, social media.
know.
We have people, and no one's like talking. They're just listening. I appreciate y'all tuning in, but out here, like, I started up this show today with no topic. I almost did not do the show today. I'm like, nah, screw it. I want to see how active our viewers could be tonight and see if they can join in with a phone call or a box request. And no one's coming in, man. Gary's so bored. He's over there playing on his phone. I mean,
Like, I'm playing with this. I don't know what this is. It's a little twist tie.
But yeah, man. So I've tried. So let's talk about some real quick. So I tried my first ever Vietnamese ice latte.
Try that again. Try that again.
Vietnamese.
Nope. Try it again.
Vietnam. What? Vietnamese? I don't
I mean, you're getting closer.
know. Vietnam.
Come on. You can do it.
Adriana. Vietnamese.
There it is.
Hey, okay. From Sang Coffee Company, and had because like I'm trying this whole new thing where I'm getting products from companies for me to do reviews here on TikTok and other social media platforms, and they sent me a case of this coffee, and I gotta admit, it's pretty damn good coffee, man. Pretty damn coffee. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give them a shout out, man. They're Cam On, and the owner's name is Sang, and you can go to eatdrinksang.com. Eat drink sang sang.com. And I'm going to tell you right now that coffee is made with oat milk. It's actually pretty fucking good. And that's my
Do you have a
first
can with you? Do you have a can with you?
I do. I go get a can.
Go get a can. Show the viewers.
I'm not sure how well it's going to work on green screen. Trust me.
Well,
Yes, it is. Susan, it is. You all going to make me say the word again. Vietnamese coffee. There we go.
Hey, that was a good one. All right. Words are hard.
Shut up, Gary.
Words are hard. Hey, but you got to give it to him. It took him 4 tries, but he got it. So
All right.
it's a whole
There we
persistence
go.
thing in
I
this
got
life.
a can from the company. All right. So it's the best coffee, Susan's saying. So it's going to be hard to see because of the green light. Hold on. Let me shut off the green light real quick.
The
No,
green light.
Yeah, the ring light. Shut up, Gary. God, I can't speak.
Words, bro. Words. Sang Vietnamese coffee.
Yes. It's kind of a little wonky because of the green screen, but there we go.
It looks good on TikTok.
There we go. Well, I'll show TikTok here in a second. There you go, TikTok.
What is that? Chocolate cinnamon? What does it say?
So it is a Saigon cinnamon latte. It's
Saigon.
Saigon. Fucking
Cinnamon's
good.
bomb. I mean, if you put cinnamon in oat milk, that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Susan, it's a Saigon cinnamon latte. It's made with oat milk too. It's actually pretty damn good. And I gotta admit, it's my first time ever having oat milk
In a coffee?
in a coffee or at all, actually, in general.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and oat milk's pretty damn good. I was shocked. I was damn shocked. I was like, damn. That blew me away, man. I was actually kind of amazed at how good that tasted.
I wonder if they're in any stores in America right now. I would assume, right?
I would assume so. I'm just not sure where they're marketing it.
Mm.
Google how they make their coffee. I will definitely have to Google how they make their coffee, Susan. The other product that I tried, this is not sent to me. I actually ordered this one, was the Wagyu fat or lard or however you want to pronounce it. It's a tub of Wagyu lard. And I cooked steak in it today. And it was fucking good. Like I had the cheapest cut of steak and I used that instead of butter. And that steak came out so fucking tasty and so freaking like, how do you want to say it? Just fucking good. It was good. I've never tried cooking with that before. And I only learned about it because I was looking up different ways to season the griddle and how to cook on the griddle. And I came across this stuff and I was like, it's beef Italian. There we go. Beef Italian. It's Wagyu beef Italian. Talon. God, I can't even speak. Am I having a seizure?
Tallow?
Oh, yes. Am I having a seizure right now?
You might be.
Am I having a stroke? Am I
I mean,
going-
you did do some cardio today, and that's pretty much unheard of in your world.
Shut up. That dude, I sweated so bad. Listen,
How long was the session? How long was the?
it was only a half-hour session in the
Hey, that's solid. 30 minutes is solid.
So for everybody tuning in, listen, I'm still under 200 pounds, which is a plus, right? Because I used to be 260 pounds. So I'm still under 200 pounds, but I went
Mark
on
was a chunky little guy there for a while.
and then I came down, I broke down again. I started eating fatty foods. I started eating freaking Oreo cookies and milk and ice cream because listen, man, nothing's better than a good spoonful of freaking chocolate chip freaking mint ice cream. You're like, oh my God, it's sex in the mouth. Like, it's fucking delicious. I had to say it like that because I knew that was going to get a reaction. But no, man, it's freaking delicious, right? And I had to get out of that. So I was like, screw it. What can I do? So I'm going to go back on meat, cheese, veggies, and rice. That's all I'm going to eat. And if I want any like sweet stuff, and then I will eat my little keto fat bombs. But obviously, if I get any items for people who want me to try, I will do one, be a cheat day that I'll do that item. Like I still got cookies I got to bake at some point with the kids, but that'll be my cheat day. But I'm going back to meat, cheese, and veggies. And I'm also starting up this new workout. I have a VR set. I have the Quest Oculus Pro 2. And I downloaded this app. The name of the app on the Oculus is shit. I already forgot the name of it. I sent you a text message to it, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I had a photo of it.
Yes, let me look up that photo. So it's called Get. Oh, funny. It's called Get Supernatural. What were we talking about? A bunch of super. The name of the app is Get Supernatural. It's a VR workout, and it's so cool because number one, it's a box. They have boxing, and then they have one with bats that you're swinging the bats. It almost reminds you of that game with people playing with the music and they're whacking off the laser beams.
What are they doing to the laser beams?
They're whacking the laser beams, Gary. They're whacking them.
Oh, they're whacking them. They're not whacking them off.
They're not whacking them off. No.
Right.
God. So they're whacking them, but this one you got baseball bats and you're hitting these friggin' targets, whatever, and then you got to do squats, and then you do, dude. I did so many fucking squats today, it was insane. And in 30 minutes, dude, my legs were on fucking fire, and I'm gonna do it again tomorrow.
You'll be sore tomorrow because you don't squat a lot.
No, I don't squat at all. Well, I mean, I do when I work because I roll up carpets with the vacuum on.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
It kind of is. I'm
No,
fucking
it's not.
squatting. I'm rolling up a carpet, pulling it, and there's tension on the pole. Sure,
No,
it is.
It's not the
Fuck
same.
you. It's the same to me.
It's not the same.
Shut up, Gary. I'm going to tell myself.
Fitness, and look,
Ah,
I'm
go
going to
ahead.
send you a podcast. What do you-
Gary, there's an audio issue there.
Thank you so
Gary,
much.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There seems to be an
hate you.
audio.
Yeah,
there-
yeah,
Hey, Gary, I'm so sorry. There's some type of audio issue there. I'll see if I can get that fixed there.
yeah.
mean-
Should work on that as the producer.
Oh my, what? What was that, Gary?
Yep, we're gonna. It's all right. I'll send you the podcast. You can listen to it when you're working and doing your little work squats. Fuck you, Mark.
God, I love that censor button.
Exercise is not the same as physical labor.
What?
That's all I had to say. Go fuck yourself.
No, man, I plan on using that app about 4 times a week. That's my goal. 4 times a week with that app.
That's a lot. That's good.
I'm going to use it as much as I can outside on nice days, and then hope to God that the app does not unalive me down in my basement on the days that I have to use it in my basement. Because I tried doing it upstairs today. This lovely boom that's on my microphone right here. Mind you, behind this green screen is my dining room table. I don't have much room. And when you're doing this, you have to whack with your arm straight out like this. Well, when I did, my arm came straight down. Matter of fact, still a mark on the boom arm over here. My arm came straight down and smashed right on. Dude, my fingers hurt for a good half hour. That sucked. So I moved down to the basement. Now, mind you, in the VR headset that we have, if you go out of the circle, you can see the objects around you, knowing the table, chairs. So you can see them if you get out of your VR circle. Well, I kind of came out of that VR circle. When I did, I realized how close my head was to the table I have down there. And the section that I have to do it in is still somewhat of a thin section because if I was to go in the other part of my basement, the ceiling's too low. And you got to lift your hands up high in certain cases. So I have to do it in this other section that's, yeah.
How about your garage? Oh, you don't have a computer in your garage.
I don't need a computer to be on the VR.
Oh,
The
okay.
Oculus.
Okay. Can you do it in your garage? Because
I couldn't because the garage ceiling's too short.
oh, what?
Yeah.
All right.
This house was made for small people.
Got it.
This house was legitimately made for small people. So, I mean, I'll survive in the basement on rainy days. Nice days, I'll do it outside and look like a fool. My neighbors will be watching. I'm going, what the hell is Mark doing? Swinging his arms in the air like a crazy person.
Getting fit, baby. Getting fit.
But yeah, man, it is what it is. But it's Spooky House from TikTok. Kenneth. All right. What's
Oh.
going on, Kenny? Kenneth, how are you, my man? So yeah, man, we'll just I don't know. We'll come up with more topics. We won't be live next week. Actually, we will not be live next week. We'll be live the week afterwards because my son is going to Texas for the first time ever on an airplane. Never been on an airplane. Well, he has been on an airplane once in his life when I went to New York. Other than New York flight, he's never been. I appreciate that, Kenneth. Thank you, my man. I'm glad you follow us on all platforms. That is awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's going for his first ever trip out of the state of Maine that he's going to remember, I should say.
That's cool. And going to what I mean, Texas is cool, so he'll have fun out there.
Yeah, it'd be mid Texas, not southern, so he won't be dealing with. Well, maybe in the mid Texas it still gets hot. I'm guessing.
Dude, all of Texas is hot. Doesn't matter where you are. He'll have a good time. It's gonna be fun.
He will, and then he gets to experience a good old Texan storm. Realize, oh shit, they get more powerful storms than we do here in Maine.
He'll eat some good beef. If he's eating meat, he'll eat some good old Texas beef, dude. He'll have a great time.
Right?
Does he drink? He doesn't drink, does he?
Right now, I did. I'm trying to convince him though to go to Joe Rogan's.
In Austin? Yeah.
Austin. I think he would have a good time in that club. I don't know how much it'd cost to get in there, but I
It'll
think
be worth it.
it would be a hell worth it going in a Joe Rogan's fucking comedy club. There's no food in there. They've got restaurants around it because I was listening to a podcast. There's no food in there. They don't allow food. So it's only drinks.
Doesn't matter. It's an all-star lineup.
It is, man. They got everybody in there.
The Mothership Comedy Club.
Yes. But yeah, man, I guess we can end this since there really isn't much. I mean, I wanted to definitely talk about that Randonautica app again because
we did at great length.
We did. I mean, that app is interesting to say the least, and I want to learn more about it without getting it.
Just join Scientology.
Just join Scientology. I'm not joining Scientology, man.
Just do it. Come on.
Mommy and the Bees, welcome in. I'd love to have you on the podcast. If you want to come in real quick and talk to us on this podcast, request a box. I want to talk about the things you do here on TikTok.
Mommy and the Bees.
Mommy and the Bees is a phenomenal content creator. Like this woman does some major crazy shit that makes you go there and go, what? Why? Like first time I went in the lives, dude, I'm like, the fuck is she doing? She's destroying her house. Like, dude, she's got paint all over the walls. The floor is fucking covered in flour and paint. And she has fun. Her kids are in there with her. You're like, wow.
All right, we'll check her out.
Come to find out, that's her secondary house that's made strictly for her TikToks.
Oh, you were telling me about that.
I was telling you about her. Yeah, man. And it's smart. It's genius, right? Because you are committing this. And for people like me, when I first come in, did not know what the hell's going on. You're watching this. You're going, why? Like that? No. Why? And it causes that wow factor, makes people hang in you live and go, I got to see what the hell's going to happen next. So it's smart. It's fucking phenomenal. And I don't know if Mommy the Knees is still hanging out there right now, but it doesn't look like it. She only scrolled through. That sucks. But yeah, man, it would have been awesome. I would love to have her on the podcast to talk about what made her sit there one day and go, you know what? I'm going to go live on TikTok and all people can ever see me do is have a good time singing, playing with my kids, throwing paint on the walls and on the floors. Like what makes
back? Mama of the Bees.
Mama of the Bees is back.
The box. My brother was telling me that you have a house that you beat up.
Yeah.
Cool shit in.
Mommy the Bees, please jump into the box. And no, she's already gone again.
Oh, is she? Damn, she's quick.
You know, I'm going to try this real quick. I just sent her an invite. Let's see if she's there, if she's not there. If she's not there, we're going to end this podcast because it's done for today.
All right.
We've covered pretty much everything we could. And it looks like she is not coming into our box. What a shame.
Bummer.
Right? Bummer. She's fucking, she lives right out in Florida too. Her and her husband have the two houses, and the houses are right next to each other too.
Oh, that's dope. She lives next door to her party house.
And you know what the funny part is? She cleans up when she's done. Like she does even the TikTok while she's cleaning up the house.
Huh.
So after she's done trashing, she'll still stay live on TikTok and clean the whole house, and everybody just watch her clean it.
That's cool.
And she's flooded this house, dude. Like there's been water, like you're like, oh my god, water damage. Like, shit, and like it's crazy, man. It's enough to make someone go, why? But no, man, we'll come back after, not next week. We won't be live next week, but the week afterwards we'll be live again, and we'll have some material set up. Maybe we'll have somebody who's played with the Randonautica stuff that can actually be more elaborate to us on it. Maybe there's someone out there that knows how it works or who's inputting these. What do you want to call it? The landmarks? Who's putting these landmarks in there for people to go find? Or how has the algorithm worked on that app? I want to know more about Randonautica. I do. So if anybody's out there that wants to educate us, please reach out to me at onair@themarkgshow.com. But other than that, everybody, I mean, stay fucking frosty. Speaking of staying frosty, the sandstorm that's coming to Florida, I think it should be there now or it's hitting tomorrow. Have you seen that? You have not seen it, dude?
Dude, the past couple days I've been disconnected from everything.
There is a huge ass sandstorm right now. I don't know if it hit yet because I can't remember when I was watching, but there's a huge ass sandstorm that's coming from Africa, entering its way into Florida, and it's a wall. Like this thing is traveling across the fucking Atlantic, dude.
It happens.
Florida. And I don't think Florida's ever been hit with a sandstorm like this. Like it's on weather radars and you're just seeing the fucking thing. I'm amazed. Like Mother Nature is pissed off at us.
Is there something else I can help with?
Shut up, Siri.
Nosy bitch.
She is a nosy bitch, man. She's always listening. Just like Google devices are always freaking listening.
Sandstorm, Florida.
Yeah, so you're looking it up right now?
Yeah, I'm going to Google it here.
I don't remember the last time. I'm sure Florida's had sandstorms before. You know, Texas has. But I don't really think Florida's ever had it. Think of this right now. So we've had the wildfires from Canada, quote unquote. And now the sandstorm coming to Florida. Is this stuff? I'm just putting it out there. Here we go. Putting on my tinfoil hat real quick. Could this be man-made?
Harp, baby.
The wildfire. Well, back in World War II, wasn't it the boats or the ships or maybe even the planes used to cause a sand wall so you would not see them and watch where they're going? I believe they used to make a wall like that back in World War II, so you wouldn't be able to see the planes and see where they're heading. I believe. Don't quote me on it. Like I said, everything here on the show, please do your own freaking research. I was not planning on talking about this, and all of a sudden I was like, "Oh shit!" Yeah,
facts. We're spitting facts here on the Mark G Show.
But no, man, it's something.
I'll dig into this a little later, but it looks interesting.
It does. But I mean, in the meantime, we're just now starting to get people on Rumble watching us. But we're gonna go ahead and end this now because we are literally running out of information. Just shit to talk about today. Like.
We went off the rails for Randonautica.
Wait, dude, wait. And we were missing our third wheel. I feel kind of lost without Zach tonight. Like, I enjoyed having that third wheel in there to bring more insight onto us. Like, we were starting to get off candor. Zach was like, hey, guys, what about this? And we're like, oh, yeah, shit, let's talk about
this. Does the folks on Rumble know anything about Randonautica? Any Randonautica knots? Randonauts?
Yeah, I think they call Randonauts and Randonautica.
Yeah, Randonauts. Do we have any Randonauts on Rumble?
Any Randonauters out there that's tried that app? I'm not seeing, like, we've got people gawking at us and no one's talking. So we're in this far.
I'll call y'all. I mean, thanks y'all for
appreciate y'all, but we're getting the fuck out of here tonight. Hold on one sec, Gary.
The Mark G Show. You may know them from their political commentary, but there's a lot more to the fellas than politics.